Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Ultra Confusion Hangout. I am your host, Charlie, and I'm joined once again by the prolific commoner himself and Final Fantasy XIV fanatic, Zealeus.
Yo! Wait. What? Yo! There we go.
How goes it, Zealeus?
What?
How goes it?
Tonight, I thought of you. So, it was about dinner time. And I'm like, I need a beverage. And last week, you're like, dude, you aren't drinking wine. What's wrong? So tonight, I'm like, all right, I'm breaking out the wine just for you. I didn't want to disappoint.
There you go, there you go. And I, of course, am drinking some good old Pottsville, Pennsylvania, Yingling.
We don't really see a whole lot of Yingling up here.
No, that's your bad, not mine.
I mean, I know you can get Yingling, but, some geographic areas, it's like more like pronounced than others.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like up here, I mean, you see a lot of like, say, Leinenkugels and Shells, for instance. Because those are like the local breweries. You got like New Ulm and Wisconsin. So it's like, bam, right there. So kind of for our flavor of that, you see a lot of those. It's really popular. But Sam Adams, but I'm not really a Sam Adams fan. Just never did.
Depends on the flavor.
I don't know. Just like the type of beer Sam Adams makes, like just kind of like that Sam Adams flavor in general just doesn't do it for me.
All right, snob. All right.
What are you talking about? Snob drinks Sam Adams, I'm pretty sure.
All right, kids. Let's get into some video games and a little less on.
Talk about beer?
No. That's
about tequila.
That's on Fridays.
Ooh, all right.
At least I think it's Fridays. I drink a lot of beer and I talk about it. So.
Very nice.
All right. Okay. So let's talk about some video games here. We know that Zealeus has been playing a lot of Final Fantasy XIV. We saw that he did post something else on Final Fantasy XIV today. Happy days!
Well, I originally recorded it on Saturday, but for some reason YouTube rejected, like, it couldn't process the conversion like 3 times.
Weird.
And so I'd, go away for a while, because it takes about 2 hours to upload, and then you come back. It's like, sorry, your conversion has failed. I'm like, what the hell? So finally, it obviously worked. I think that was the dungeon. Yeah, going through the dungeon, Cutter's Karai. And sometimes it's like you're trying to talk about what you're doing, you kind of run out of things to say, so you just kind of start rambling on about other stuff.
All right, okay, fine, Zealeus. Jeez, those I had to change the Twitch thingy because I think a bunch of people thought I was playing Broken Age when I'm not playing Broken Age. So
you're not playing Broken Age?
No, not right now.
You're not playing in the background? Like,
no.
This isn't like a duplicate Charlie, like there's another Charlie in another dimension playing? Because that'd be kind of awesome.
No. Sorry.
Just
sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
Playing you could get done if that were to happen.
Huh?
Just think of all the video game playing you could get done, and that's the case.
Yeah, I can't. That's not gonna work for me.
It's disappointing, yeah.
I know. Okay, so let's talk about games.
What has Charlie been playing?
What has Charlie been playing? He has been playing. He played a game called. I played a game called Serena. It is a first-person, basically point-and-click adventure game. It's very short, but it was very well crafted. You are a man who has amnesia, and you can't remember what happened to your wife or why. I mean, you know who you are, but you can't really remember your wife. You can't remember. You know you have a wife. And God, it's really hard not to give anything away. Let's just say you have amnesia and you're trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
Maybe I really have a wife, I just don't remember.
No. Okay, so I played that game. I also finally posted the review for Echo Prime. I've put over 20 hours of game time in that game, so I finally had to suck it up and write the review. But once again, Robot Entertainment, phenomenal game. I highly recommend it. Now, of course, there is an iOS version. I played the PC version, and the PC version looks amazing. Yes, you can definitely tell that there's parts to it, especially in controlling your character around the screen, because you're literally using the mouse and click, which would be the same as tapping on the screen for like the iPad or something like that.
Right on.
And then finally, the game that I've been playing a lot, which is ironic, is Guild Wars 2. I've been playing a lot of Guild Wars 2 as of late. I am a level 24 hunter.
Yeah, you upped it since last time we talked.
Yeah, man. I have been rocking it. I continue to try to do the main storyline, but I'm also doing a lot of the side quests and a lot of the spur of the moment quests that just kind of pop up. It's like, oh no, you're in this area. There's these ballistas that need to be destroyed. Come over and help out with the ballistas being destroyed.
So, a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Obviously you played Guild Wars 2 when it first came out along with me.
Yeah.
From what you recall during the level up process, is there any actual differences in the game that you can recall?
Between when Guild Wars 2 first came out and now?
Yes.
No, not really. I mean, I feel like there's a shit ton more stuff. They put a lot of emphasis on doing like 5 daily things. Was it like 20 monthly things?
Oh, okay.
And then you accumulate. There's a bunch of achievements in the game, and you accumulate points that can unlock that you can then use to unlock special treasure chests to give you awesome Uber stuff.
Now, one other question too, then.
Yes, sir.
I forget what they call them. What's those zone events? I forget what they call them in Guild Wars 2.
The zone events?
Like,
you mean world?
Kind of the spur of the moment quest you're talking about. Well, it's like kind of like the group type quest thing.
Oh, right. I don't remember exactly what it's called. I just know that it's the orange events.
Yes. Every MMO has a different name for them now.
Yeah.
But obviously, Guild Wars 2 has been out for a while now. And, in terms of gameplay. Mm-hmm. Are there still people, are those low-level zones still populated enough where people are doing those events? Or is it like you almost have to like solo it now? Or are there people still actually doing them?
Okay, so one of the things that I like and I don't like about Guild Wars 2, because it's a double-edged sword, is that when you go through specific areas, like low-level areas, your character gets ramped down.
It level sinks.
Right, it level sinks. I have seen a bunch of truly like overpowered guys running through beginner areas and then ended up helping. Do I see mass population in Guild Wars 2? No. The majority of it I am running by myself, and there's like, like every 2 of the orange events, I'll see like, I'll spot another player. But it's not like, it's not, there's not a lot of camping going on. There's not a lot of like overcrowdedness through specific parts of the game. But then again, I'm only, like I said, level 23, 24. So I don't know, maybe as I get higher, I'll see more, but more people. But at this point, I'm kind of enjoying the fact that I don't have to, jockey for position on some of these quests, because it's retarded.
Right on.
So, yeah. And then, of course, I did play Elder Scrolls Online, which I apologize profusely for accidentally broadcasting, but I misinterpreted the NDA, which I probably should not have, but I did anyway.
You got a beta for that? I didn't see that.
Huh?
You got a beta for that? I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was just for the weekend.
Nice. So are you allowed to talk about it, like, at all?
It's Elder Scrolls.
Okay. I guess that's the answer.
It's Elder Scrolls Online. I mean,
it's like playing Oblivion, but it's now online, basically, is what you're saying?
Hypothetically speaking, I would say yes.
Okay. Well, because you think about for instance, take like a Final Fantasy XIV, right?
Uh-huh.
Now, obviously, it's Final Fantasy XIV Online. And it's like, okay, it's the online version of Final Fantasy XIV. Was really like Final Fantasy X online? Probably not exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
It's got that Final Fantasy feel to it, kinda, but it's not real. Like, for all we care, it could be called, Japanese MMO 14.
Yep.
I'd be like, okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Final Fantasy franchise, but it doesn't necessarily scream Final Fantasy XIV. But part of that, I think, too, though, is each Final Fantasy, I know the similarities, but each Final Fantasy is also kind of like its own different enterprise.
Right.
Whereas the Oblivion games, I mean, you see a game, you're like, oh, that's Elder Scrolls.
Right.
Especially like the last three. You know, kind of that graphic design and that, you know, the whole open world are very kind of similar. Obviously, improvements in each version, depending on who you ask it, I guess. But they're very Elder Scrolls-y. You know, Morrowind, Oblivion, and then what's the most recent one?
Skyrim.
They're all kind of, you know, you see screenshots, pretty similar.
They just changed the location.
Yeah, and update the graphics, hopefully.
Well, of course.
Yeah. So then you take that, you put it online. It's a little bit different being like those are online versus a Final Fantasy. It's like, well, which Final Fantasy is online?
I think, yeah, you're absolutely right. The Final Fantasy thing is really more about just slapping a recognizable name on there. You could definitely get away with a Japanese RPG that takes from Final Fantasy characters and art styles. I mean, that's what it is. I mean,
I agree, it is. With a whole lot of cutscenes.
Yeah, well, that's what they're famous for.
Some are better than others.
Well, there you go.
The only thing that pisses me off about it sometimes is because I play with music on along the background, and so obviously I mute the in-game audio. And then sometimes, like without any warning for the next quest, cutscene with audio with like actual voice acting. So sometimes, like, damn, I want to turn on the in-game audio for this cutscene, but alas. That's
you
my
messed
thing,
up.
more so than Final Fantasy XIV now.
Yeah. So.
So can I ask you one other question about? So
yes,
based on, okay, hypothetically speaking, when Elder Scrolls Online comes out, do you think it's something you'll be interested in checking out when it comes out for reals?
Depends on the price tag. Depends if it's a subscription-based service, and it depends if they refine a couple things.
Have they talked about that at all yet, or is that still?
You can pre-order it, and you can get some stuff if you.
Well, the pre-order is what, $60? I'm guessing.
I think so. I really can't. I'm going to be honest with you. I can't really remember off the top of my head what the pre-order was. All I know is that I took part in the over the weekend beta, and I got in a little bit of trouble on Sunday because I accidentally streamed it.
Did anybody know that you streamed it, or was it?
Yeah, someone was like, "Oh, you're breaking the NDA. You've been reported." I'm like, "Okay."
Wow. I mean, that's kind of amazing, though, that like somebody actually saw that you're streaming it and like said, you know what I mean? Like of all the different people who are streaming shit on Twitch TV, that somebody noticed that.
Well, apparently I was not the only one. So
I'm sure you weren't.
Look,
they're not going to go after like sue the NDA people. I mean, yeah, as long as it's not egregious.
Right.
I mean, if you record 12 hours of gameplay and talk about it in depth and put it online, they might get a little bit cranky then.
Right. The thing is, if I hadn't put the fact that I was playing, because on Twitch TV, one of the options you have on your channel is you could say what game you're currently playing. So I put Elder Scrolls Online. If I hadn't put that, I bet you a ton of people probably streamed it and just put it under a different name.
Or just didn't put a title.
Right.
I'm playing a game.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, it could have been any Elder Scroll. Come on now.
Okay.
Okay. So, convention time is quickly approaching. Kanuga is not this coming weekend, but the following weekend. Jesse and I will. Kanuga! We will be out there presenting 2 panels.
Who's the we?
Huh?
Who's we?
Me and Jesse.
Is the we just Charlie Hawkins?
No, it's me and Jesse.
Okay. I didn't know if Jesse was going or not.
No, he's going.
Rock on.
Yeah, he'll be there. He won't be there on Friday. He'll be there Saturday and then Sunday and then when we come back. So. Yeah.
The death of the game industry as we know it, and
the destruction of the game industry as we know it, and so you finished your game and you think you're done.
Yep. Very nice, very nice.
So, speaking of which, there's been a little bit of confusion about MomoCon, so I don't know if we're going to be doing 2 panels or 1. Still got to wait for that. But anyways, yes.
Indeed.
If you are going to any convention in the Southeast, or if you have, ladies and gentlemen of the viewing audience, if you have a convention that you think that we should do, email me and or just go to the website, fill out the comment thing on the side, and tell us the convention, and maybe we could work something in the future. I don't know how flexible we'll be this year, but 2015 could be a possibility. Who knows?
Very nice. I like it, yeah.
I don't understand why your picture is full frame and mine's got like a fucking border around it. I don't know.
Yeah, you definitely have the whole, like, I've got, like, the box going, and you have, like, the widescreen going.
Yeah, I don't know why that's going. I mean, I'm in HD. You're HD. I can see the little HD icon. I don't know. Whatever. Maybe it's because I got the name on there or something.
And, no, it looks like it's just an overlay.
Anyways, so, some of you might have noticed that there was some random 6-minute video that was posted on Alter Confusion by moi. You're going to see a couple more of those. It's just going to be me shooting the shit for about 5 minutes. Just trying to give a little blurb in. I'm going to actually try to do this. I don't want to promise anything, but I probably could get 5 out in a week. Maybe 3 in a week. Yeah, starting next week. Because I'm a procrastinator. And I will fix my procrastination tomorrow.
Put the pro in procrastination.
Yeah. Anyways, shit. I was going to say something. And now it's gone. There are Steam sales going on, of course. There's always Steam sales.
No, don't talk about Steam sales.
Let's talk about Steam sales.
Okay, so one thing I saw that seemed to blow up on the internet this week.
Yes, sir. Flappy Bird!
What?
Flappy Bird!
Yeah, that. No, that's not what I was going with, but yeah, there is that. There was actually some really interesting comments about that, but anyways. No, they re-released, they tried to come out with a free-to-play version of Dungeon Keeper.
Ah, yeah.
Apparently it was like, because I know we've talked extensively on, our chats, also with Jesse about the free-to-play model, and what makes a free-to-play model good versus it makes you want to punch somebody in the eye socket.
Yeah.
And apparently the Dungeon Keeper free-to-play version made people want to, let's just say they weren't very happy about the outcome of the free-to-play version of Dungeon Keeper. Apparently it's one of the worst renditions of free-to-play there is, from what I've read.
Well, yeah, because, apparently, from my understanding, is some of the stuff that should take you, 2 or 3 or maybe up to 6 minutes to actually accomplish in the full Dungeon Keeper game takes you, 2 to 6 days.
Yeah.
For shit to complete.
But you can hurry it up by buying crystals or gems or whatever they have in the game. They've taken the basically they've taken the oh my gosh, what's the earliest free-to-play game? That always showed up in it. Farmville.
Yeah.
It's like they took the Farmville concept of well, this is going to take a certain amount of minutes or hours or days, and they cranked it up to 1,000-fold, and just made it absolutely absurd with the amount of time it takes to do stuff in the game. To the point of, and that's I've done the free MMOs. That's one of the reasons I've liked playing Final Fantasy XIV. Is I like the gate, it's the gatekeeper money, but you don't have to pay anything extra. I don't have to worry about buying bags or bank space or it is other shit. It's just you play what you get, and it's not that I have anything against free-to-play model. It can be done right, but there's something about you just buy a game and you're done. And obviously there's a monthly subscription, but even then, it's I don't have to worry about this other extra crap or little here, a little there.
Right.
So, obviously it has its place in the gaming. We all know it's not going away anytime soon. It's just not.
No. But this is a prime example example that there are several different ways to try to do a free-to-play with microtransaction models, and there are absolutely 100% of the time good ways and fucking bad ways to handle microtransactions. And EA has decided that they want to squeeze you for every little penny if you want to play this game.
Well, it's when the game almost goes from like free to play to free to download, but play to pay, or pay to play, I should say.
Right.
It's really what it is. It's like, okay, you can download it, you can play it, but to really play it, you got to pay a butt ton of money is what it comes down to.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it starts to me. It gets to that point of being like, okay, this is annoying now.
I agree. I mean, you look at one of the examples, or one of the latest examples, which isn't really that new now, is Scallywag. Scallywags is it's a match 3 game with a pirate theme. You're actually performing a play, and you get into it. You get so ingrained into it, and then it's like, if you want this itty bitty little piece of help to really get the game going, you pay, like $1.99. But for I'm going to be honest with you, I have not played this version of what's the Dungeon Keeper? Is that what it's called? Yeah, I have not played this version, so I don't plan on it, simply because everyone has been bashing it, including the creator Peter Molyneux has come out and said this is atrocious. There's a right way. I understand you want to try to milk money if you have a free to play game, you want to find some way to make some money off of it. But for me personally, the tactic of slapping you in the face repeatedly, saying you're going to need to pay money, you're going to need to pay money, I'm going to remove that game from my whatever platform I have it so fucking fast, it's going to make the developers and publishers' heads spin.
Like a game that I liked how it kind of did it was, I haven't played it in a while, but it's the that Dragon Age game on the tablet.
It's Dragon Age Heroes, I believe.
Yeah, where it's a game that you could fully play without paying money, just fine. But if you wanted to buy a card here or a gem here just to really expedite things a little bit, I mean, not really even that dramatically, to be honest.
Right.
Unless you put a lot of money into it.
Oh, absolutely.
But a game like that, I'm like, okay, this game I could deal with, the free-to-play model, because I can still play it just fine without paying money. What's that shoot-'em-up game that we played on the tablet game, the firing game? You wrote a review about 2 or 3 weeks for it. You played it on the Ouya, I played it on the Android.
Oh my gosh. What was the name of that game? I was like, was it Revolution?
No. See if I can find it on the website real quick.
Shoot. Yeah, it's going to be on the website.
In the other room.
While you're looking for it, another game that just came to me, and I don't know why I forgot about this, but Puzzle Quest, Marvel's Puzzle Quest.
Oh gosh.
Oh my God, I've spent more money than I've spent more money in that game than buying an Xbox One game. And I'm not ashamed of it.
If you had any new Xbox One games to play.
Yes, that's it. Okay, yes. We'll get in that topic in just a second. But that is but Puzzle Quest, the Marvel Puzzle Quest is another phenomenal game where you don't have to pay a cent. But if you really want to get into it, where you really want to build the stable of heroes and villains that you have at your disposal, or if you want to heal your characters, or buy the chance to get rarer heroes and villains, then you pay some. And I'm going to be honest with you, I probably have spent more than $60 on the game. Just going to put it up there.
You don't feel like you have to. It's
Well,
we're not here to say free to play is bad.
Right, absolutely.
How do you do it?
Absolutely. It's for me, it's all about how you present it. And this Dungeon Keeper thing is just yet another example of I feel it's not the way. It's not the right way to present it. Now, okay, since you brought it up, and we're going to talk about it real quick, is the lack of games on the new generation consoles. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I feel, and first of all, I should have probably put a disclaimer at the beginning of this saying that we will use vile language. So, spoiler. But here's the deal. I really think that both, and I'm sorry, Nintendo, but I'm not including you in this. Sony and Microsoft know that the majority of their revenue is not going to come from games. It's going to come from allowing third-party applications to be running on your thing, be it Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime. If you got an Xbox One, you got the NFL Network, not NFL Network, but an NFL.com deal. You've got Verizon Fios.
Yeah, I don't know how you pronounce it, but yeah.
I mean, I understand there's games coming out, and I am actually kind of depressed because I fear that the games that are going to be coming out for these consoles. Look, I love story, and I understand that in a multiplayer centric world, you create your own stories, but I want to. But right, I want to be able to just kind of, plot along the course of where the story takes me. Not having, I mean, yes, there could be the most memorable things happening in, 4-player deathmatch in Halo. I mean, you could be like, dude, you remember when that, I stuck the grenade on your back and it propelled you across the way, and right as you died, you knocked off the dude that won it for us. I mean, yes, those are awesome stories. But I also want to know where the hell did Master Chief land? Because he's going to crash land somewhere. And no, I can't say that because then I'll be giving away some of Halo 4. Anyways, I like to have some backstory. I love
it's two different ways of doing storytelling.
Absolutely. And the other thing is, and I this is one of the reasons why I have such a hard time with the MMOs. And I think this is why I'm actually enjoying the crap out of Guild Wars 2 is that when you put the ability to be anonymous online as part of your gaming habits, there is a huge chance that you're going to turn into a total fuckwad. And I don't want to play with fuckwads. I want to enjoy my experience. So,
to be fair, honestly, in MMOs, I've run across very few, honestly, fuckwads while playing. I think what happens is kind of like we see, in the news, but all it takes is one or two jackasses.
Yep.
To make it miserable for everybody else. Everybody, like, for instance, the world chat will be happy and chummy, and then all one person has to do be like, ha, ha, ha. Obama's I was going to say a not very nice word, but you get the idea.
Right.
All of a sudden, it just all blows up into a flame war.
Right.
And it's one of those things where it just takes one or two people to basically troll the masses.
You know what?
And that's usually what I see is it's that one person who just trolls chat, and then it just all goes to hell in a handbasket.
Oh, absolutely. Actually,
for the most part, honestly, in MMOs, the first few months of World of Warcraft aside were absolutely dismal.
Mm-hmm.
Bad Age chat was terrible, but for the most part, not too bad. Granted, you definitely have to block some people, but I think it's few and far between people who make it miserable for the rest of us.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I agree, and actually. I was just thinking about this. The chances of encountering a total douchebag is exponentially increased if you're playing in a closed beta. I don't know what it is, but I swear to God, some people just sign up for the beta so they can bitch and moan the entire time. This game's stupid. This game's retarded. Why would anybody be playing this? Why are you in the game?
That's why it's a beta!
Here's the deal. Log off. That's it. Boom! Then all your troubles are gone. Stop trying to dick around and piss people off. There was, and the other thing is, you've got in closed betas, you also have these people who are like extreme rule Nazis. Yes, I know that even in non-betas, you've got rule Nazis, but holy crap. Someone who does not live on the eastern seaboard, so they're in one of those places that don't really follow daylight savings, because there's a couple places that are like, fuck daylight savings. So when someone asked very politely, hey, I know that we're coming close to the end of this closed beta. Could anybody tell me how much more time we have? Read the fucking email, you motherfucker. That's so stupid. Why are you asking that question? I mean, it's really freaking easy. It says 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, I'm not in Eastern Standard Time. I'm in blah, 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 blah. Well, then you just need to convert it. You're stupid, retarded. Really? Really? You're paying that much attention? Just log out. Just fucking log out. Oh my God.
Or yeah, douchebags.
I agree. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have gone over the 30-minute mark, so we are going to close this down. First of all, I would like to apologize to Zealeus and the viewing crowd that only get to watch the first 30 minutes of this show. The past 2 episodes are never going to make it online. One, I don't remember what happened 2 episodes ago, but apparently it's not going to make it. The last one, since it was a brand new computer, I unfortunately had not mapped a microphone to XSplit. So it was the Zealeus show with Charlie going like this and no sound.
That sounds like something to like send us to the funny farm one day.
Yeah.
If anybody ever has like questions about our sanity, just show them that video and they'll look and be like, guys, you need help.
Yes, yes.
Right here.
Exactly.
Like,
So,
I read his lips. I know what you're talking about. I know what he's saying.
Exactly. So we're going to wrap it up for the recorded viewing audience. But if you would like to stay, chit-chat, check shit out, I don't know. We're going to be on here for a while, or at least I will. I don't know what Zealeus' plans are. But I would just like to thank all of you out there who have tuned in and are watching this at maybe a different time. But for myself, Charlie, and Zealeus, we will see you next week.
Remember, kids, keep on gaming in the free world.
Amen to that, brother.